World's shortest cheese smoking video. Here's the cheese. Got it at Costco yesterday. Got Gouda, Vermont White Cheddar, Tillamook Medium Cheddar. The cheddars were whole blocks that I split in half, and the Goudas were two separate. No, I'm sorry. The Gouda was also one ginormous chunk that I split in half. So that's 3 large blocks of cheese that have been cut in half. I'm actually going to smoke them on my Weber. Not sure how well you can see, but I already have nice, very light, wispy smoke coming from apple pellets that I bought at Fleet Farm. So what I'm doing is I got my Weber vents halfway closed. I got the intake vents all the way open, and you can see it's about 75 degrees in there, which is about the upper end of what you want for cheese smoking, but it's a nice cool day here. I'm going to put tin foil down. It's not ideal, but my grill grates are really old and dirty, and I don't want the cheese to get dirty. So you can see I'm using a smoker tube. This is just a cheap CharBroil one. Some companies make a lot nicer ones, but I don't have a propane tank yet, or a butane torch like a lot of guys in these videos are using to light these wood chips. This was my first run with this smoker tube, so what I did was I just started a very small amount of charcoal. It's almost completely gone now, but basically just one layer of charcoal in the bottom of the chimney. I dropped this into it with no wood chips for half an hour just to clean it off, burn off any oils or sticker stuff from the factory. After half an hour, I pulled it out of there and let it cool off, just set it on top of my grill. Once it was cool enough, I filled it up with those apple chips, and I put one hot coal from the still lit chimney in there with the wood chips. And as you can see, it's putting off a very good amount of smoke, but there's no fire, which is what you want for this cheese. The tin foil is actually very cool to the touch. Even the metal that was above the tube there isn't warm at all. So cool enough to smoke cheese. We're going to put them on there and go 3 to 4 hours and let you know what happened. Alright, just about 2 hours in. This thermometer is misleading. Apparently so is my camera. It says it's about 100 degrees, but the roof is not that warm at all, and it's a chintzy thermometer, and it's at the very top of the grill, whereas the cheese is down 8 inches on the rack. But this is what it looks like. Very, very smoky. A ton of smoke coming off of that bad boy. You can see the cheese is starting to darken up nicely. In a second, I'm going to rotate the pieces, but I want to keep the lid on because I don't want that little smoker tube to flare up because it's getting too much oxygen. So that's what it looks like. We're about halfway through, 2 hour mark. Right, we are at the 4 hour mark, and at the 3 hour mark, I pulled the Gouda because it's a little bit softer than the cheddars, and I replaced it with a couple of logs of mozzarella. I just wanted to do those for the last hour because they're a lot softer. As you can see, they're melting off a little bit. But these are the 2 Tillamook Medium Cheddars, and then these are the 2 what used to be white cheddars, but obviously are very, very well smoked. Again, this little tube, it's getting down to its last few pellets, but I stood it up 30 minutes ago and tapped all the pellets down to the bottom so that they would keep burning. And as you can see, it's still putting out strong smoke at the 4 hour mark. So I'm going to pull these 4. Looks like I'm going to leave the mozzarella on for just a little while longer. It hasn't quite darkened up as much as I would like it to, but I do want to pull it before those rounds start separating too much. And what I'm doing is, an hour ago when I pulled the Gouda, I put it into these food saver bags and vacuum sealed it, and I'm letting all the cheeses rest for about an hour in those food saver bags outside the refrigerator. I want to do it, I want them to rest first while they're still warm so that the oils that have come out will more easily be reabsorbed back into the cheese. And then once that happens a little bit, I will pop them into the refrigerator for at least 7 days, which is the minimum that I've been seeing from other guys on YouTube. So that's what we'll do. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the cheese video. See you next time.